Right, trains continuation problems. Right, so far we have seen some problems, right? Now let us see the next problem. A train passes a pole in 15 seconds and passes a platform in 100 seconds, 100 meters in 30 seconds. The length of the train is. By seeing, I can say directly the length of the train is 100 meters. But because it has a beauty, the beauty if we observe, then we can give the answer very easily. But there is no rule that every time the same beauty will be applicable here, right? That's why I'll explain the conventional procedure for you as well as the beauty in this question also for you. Okay, let us observe a point. A train passes a pole in 15 seconds, right? Okay. So passing a pole means, assume this is my train and this is the pole, right? Okay. Passing means the train has to cover its own length. Is it correct? That is what we discussed in the basics, right? Okay. It has to cross its own length. Okay. Now, it is crossing a platform. If it is crossing a platform, so this is the train, this is the platform, right? That means the train has to cover the length of the platform as well as the length of the train, both, right? So LP plus LT. Okay, right. This is the point that we should cover. Okay, right. Now the point is, in 15 seconds it can cover the length of the train itself, right? Okay. If we go directly by using equations, what we can do is, so first as I said, I'll go in the conventional, right? I'm going with direct equations, okay? Right, now I'm assuming the speed of the train. Speed means distance by time, right? So first let us go for this case, first case. In the first case, what happens? It has to cover the length of the train itself. So LT by time, right? Time means how much time is required? 15 seconds. Okay, 15 seconds, okay? Right, now what is going on? In the second case also, the speed of the train is constant, right? That's why I'm equating. What is the second case? In the second case, it is crossing a platform, right? It is crossing a platform is the distance it should cross is or cover is LP plus LT, right? So I'm writing the same. LP he gave it as 100 meters, right? Length of the platform. So 100 plus LT by, now how much time is required? 30 seconds. 30. Right. Now in the question he is not at all asking anything about the speed. That's why I'm simply removing this as the word called speed. Now I'm just equating these two. If you observe here, only there is one variable called length of train, LT, right? So what he is asking the length of the train only in meters. So the problem is over, right? So if you simplify 15 ones, 15 twos, cross multiply, 2 times of LT is equals to 100 plus LT. So now move the LT that side, length of the train is 2LT minus LT. LT is equal to how much? 100 meters. Okay, this is the conventional way that we should work out, okay? Right, now let us see, as I said earlier, we can work out by using the conventional procedure as well as we can work out by using the beauty in the question, right? Okay, observe a point, my dear boys and girls. What I said here is, the speed of the train is not changed. The speed of the train remains constant, right? Since the speed of the train is constant, we know that length or distance traveled and time, both are proportional, direct proportional, right? So if you observe, here it has covered 15 seconds, later it has covered in 30 seconds. 30 seconds means it has taken double. It has taken double. That means previously if it covered length of the train, because when it is crossing a pole, pole means it is covering its own distance, right? Okay, its own distance means length of the train. Now it has to cover 2 times of length of the train. Is it correct? Because time is doubled, means length should also be doubled. Okay, length should also be doubled. That means in the second situation, that means when it is crossing a platform, that means the distance it covered was doubled. The distance it covered, we know that LP plus LT, right? Okay, equate both. Then move the LT this side. So LT, 2LT, this is LT. Move this side. LT is equals to LP. That is the important point. Length of the train is equals to length of the platform. Okay. So happily answers 100 meters. Okay, this is the way that we should work out. Okay. Right, now let us see the next question. A 120-meter long train crosses the platform of double its length in 30 seconds. Platform, double its length in 30 seconds. What is the speed of the train? Observe a point, my dear boys and girls. There is a 120-meter long train. So this is 120-meter long train. Okay. It crosses the platform double its length. That means there is a platform whose length is double that of the train's length. That is, train's length is 120, right? So it is 240 meters. Okay. Right. What it is doing is, it is crossing the platform, right? In how many seconds it is crossing? In 30 seconds it is crossing. Is it correct? In 30 seconds it is crossing means the train is moving like this. Crossing means the train has to come like this. Okay, so that means the distance it has covered is length of the train plus length of the platform, that is 360, right? Okay, 360 meters it has covered. To cover this 360 meters, how much time it require? 30 seconds. So, sir, I know the distance traveled, sir. I know the time taken, sir. What is the speed? Speed means distance by time. 360 meters by how much time is required? 30 seconds. 30 seconds. Okay, good. Now, 0, 0 cancels, 3 ones and 3 12s, right? That means I can say simply it is 12 meters per second. This is the important point. So, what he is asking, what is the speed of the train? Yes, I have calculated the speed of the train as 12 meters per second. Now, there is a small problem, that is, options are in terms of kilometers per hour, right? But my answer is in terms of meters per second. That means meters per second should be converted into kilometers per hour, right? Now let us see that. So we know that 1 meter per second, if you want to convert it into kilometers per hour, you should multiply with 18 by 5 kilometers per hour, right? Okay. Then what happens here is, we got 12 meters per second, right? So 12 into 18 by 5, that is 216 by 5. As we discussed in Vedic maths, by 5 means double the numerator and keep one decimal point, right? Double the numerator, 216 double is how much? 432 and keep one decimal point. So 43.2 kilometers per hour. Okay. So now if you observe a point, my dear personals, actually if this is the situation, 99.99% in the examination, he will give exactly 43.2 kilometers per hour. Rarely, what might happen is, he will not give the number called 43.2. At that situation, we should not leave it. Okay, we should not say that the question is wrong. What we have to do is, we have to go for the nearest possible value or best option that we have to give. 43.2, it is close to 42 or 43 or 44 or 40, for which it is much closer. It is much closer to 43 kilometers per hour, right? So at this situation, we should go with 43 kilometers per hour. But as I said earlier, 99.99% what he will do is, if you get 43.2 kilometers per hour, he will give 43.2 only directly in the options. But in that 0.01 cases, you should not say that the question is wrong. Don't expect the extra mark for that question, okay? You should take it as nearest best option, that is 43 kilometers per hour, okay? Let's see the next question. Right. 75 meters long train crosses a platform of length 125 meters in 20 seconds. Find the time for which for the train to cross a bridge of 65 meters. Okay. What happens is, there is a 75 meter long platform train crosses 125 meter platform, right? So assume this is the train, this is the platform. Crossing means the train has to come like this. That means it has to cover both the lengths. That is, this is 75. And it is 125, right? That means total distance it has to cover is 75 plus 125, that is equal to 200 meters it has to cover, right? Okay. To cover this 200 meters, how much time it required? 20 seconds. Okay. So this 200 meters it has covered in how much time? 20 seconds. Okay. Now, see, I don't want to calculate the speed, etc. Of course, we can calculate 200 meters in 20 seconds means its speed is 10 meters per second, right? From that we can go for the next step, etc. But I don't want to do like that. Okay. So I want to go with the best answer, because 220 means these are tempting numbers. 200 by 20 means 10 meters per second. So the calculation part is very easy. Then we can do it very easily. But sometimes if it is 200 meters, he will give a time of 13 seconds. At that situation, you will face some problem, right? That's why I'm not going in the conventional or regular and lengthy procedure. Okay, I'm going with the as best as possible. Okay, so it has covered 200 meters in 20 seconds. That is the point we should notice. Right, let's come to the second case. What it is doing? Find the time, that means this time you require for a train to cross a bridge of 65 meters. So then this is a bridge. What is the length of the bridge? Is 65 meters. Crossing means the train has to come like this only. That means now it has to cover the length of the train 75 and the bridge length 65. 75 plus 65 means 140 meters it has to travel, right? So now it has to travel 140 meters. How much time is required? Okay, right. So now what I want to do is, so this is distance, sir. This is time. These two are direct proportion, because in the question he has never mentioned anything about the speed. That means that he has not mentioned that the speed is increased or the speed is decreased. Is it correct? That means speed is not increased, speed is not decreased. That means speed is constant. If speed is constant, we can say directly distance and time are directly proportional, right? From that I can say that these show direct proportion. Direct proportion means, so here to here we have a relation called by 10. So the same by 10 we should apply here. 140 by 10. 140 by 10 means 14 seconds, right? How much time is required? 14 seconds of time is required. 14 seconds of time means what is the option? Third option is the answer. Hope you understand. Okay. Right. So the next question. Hope you understand. Okay. Right. A train passing over 1 kilometer long bridge. The length of the train is half that of bridge. Okay, what he said is, there is a train. Assume this is my train, my beautiful train. It is passing over a 1 kilometer bridge. 1 kilometer means in general the distance will be in terms of meters, right? That's why 1 kilometer I am converting into meters. So 1,000 meters. Okay. The length of the train is half that of the bridge. What is the length of the train? 1,000 meters. That means its length is how much? 500 meters. Okay, fine, sir. Now let's see the next statement. If the train clears the bridge in 2 minutes. Clears the bridge means passes, right? Passing means the train has to come like this. Is it correct? Okay. So in how much time it crosses this? In 2 minutes. Okay. The speed of the train. Okay, beautiful one. So in general we will go like this, sir. Okay, distance will be converted. But if you observe here, it is in terms of kilometers per hour, right? That means if we can keep the distance in terms of kilometers per hour, that will be good, right? That's why I'm removing all these things and I'm keeping in terms of kilometers. Okay. The length of the bridge he mentioned it as 1 kilometer, right? So this is 1 kilometer, and the length of the train is half, right? That means 0.5 kilometer. Okay. So that means the train has to cover the distance of total, right? Total means this is 1 kilometer and this is 0.5 kilometer. Total is how much? 1.5 kilometer it has traveled. What he is asking? Speed. What is the formula for speed? Speed means distance by time. Speed. Distance it has to travel is, just now we calculated 1.5 kilometers it has to travel. So 1.5, that is 3 by 2 kilometers. By time. So this is kilometers, right? Okay, listen carefully. How much time it requires is just 2 minutes of time, right? 2 minutes means I am writing 2 minutes here. But sir, now I am facing a problem, that is, sir, here distance is in terms of kilometers, time is in terms of minute, then speed will be in terms of kilometers per minute. But observe the options. The options are in terms of kmph or kilometers per hour, right? Kilometers per hour means this time should be in terms of hours. Is it correct? To convert the time into hours, what I have to do is I just want to convert the minutes in terms of hours, right? So if you want to convert the minutes in terms of hours, we should divide with 60. Is it correct? Okay. Then it will be in terms of hours. Then answer will be in terms of kilometers per hour, right? Okay. Now 2 ones and 2 30s. 2 ones and 2 15s. Now move the 15 to the numerator. Then speed is how much? 15 into 3, that is 45 kilometers per hour. Okay. So what is the speed of the train? 45 kilometers per hour. So first option is the answer. Okay. Right. Now let us see the next question. Okay. Right. A train 700 meters long is running at the speed of 72 kilometers per hour. Beautiful. If it crosses a tunnel in 1 minute, then the length of the tunnel in meters is. A beautiful question again. So this is my train. Its length is how much? 700 meters, right? Okay. And if you observe, it is crossing a tunnel. So according to me, a tunnel, a platform, a bridge, all are same, right? Okay. So this is my tunnel. I don't know its length. Okay. Now the train emerged like this. That means if it emerges from the tunnel, that means we will say that the train has crossed the tunnel, right? Okay. Now I'm assuming its length is length of the tunnel LT. I'm assuming. Okay. That means the distance it has to travel is LT plus 700. Is it correct? Okay. Okay. So observe a point. The 700 is in terms of meters, right? Okay. And one more point, he said that then the length of the tunnel in terms of meters he is asking. That means he is not asking the length of the tunnel in terms of kilometers or centimeters. That means length should be in terms of meters only. Okay, happy sir. So what is the speed? 72 kilometers per hour. Okay, fine. It has covered in how much time? 1 minute. Sir, 1 minute means I'll remove this, sir. 1 minute. I'll take it as 60 seconds. Okay. Then what happens is distance is in terms of meters, time is in terms of seconds. That means speed should also be in terms of meters per second, not in terms of kilometers per hour, right? Okay, fine. So now this should be converted into meters per second. 72 kilometers per hour means we should multiply with 5 by 18, right? To convert it into meters per second, 5 by 18 I'm multiplying, okay? So 18 ones, 18 fours, 4 5s are 20, right? So it is 20 meters per second, fine. So and one more point you should memorize is, for this I have given one more beautiful point for you, that is, I have given a conversion between meters per second and kilometers per hour, right? Okay, what's the conversion that I gave? 18 kilometers per hour means 5 meters per second, right? This is 72 kilometers per hour. That means 4 times. That means this is also 4 times. So it will be 20 meters per second. That means actually for your sake only I have written this. But if you have observed the previous session, in that I have clearly explained that how do we convert the kilometers per hour into meters per second and meters per second to kilometers per hour. If you have used that, then at least one step will be reduced, right? Then time will be saved, okay? Right. Anyhow, sir, I know the speed, I know the time, and he is asking about the length, okay? So distance traveled is nothing but LT plus 700. LT plus 700. This is the distance traveled. Distance traveled means speed into time, right? Right. What is the speed? Just now we calculated as 20 meters per second, right? 20. Speed 20 into time. Sir, just now I have said that 1 minute means 60 seconds, right? So 60 seconds. Then what happens is length of the train is equals to 60 into 20 is 1200, right? 1200 minus 700. So it will be how much? 500. So what is the length of the tunnel? 500 meters. What's the length of the tunnel? 500 meters. Okay. Right. The point you should notice is this kind of diagrams every time we should draw initially. Okay. And the 2 points you should memorize. While I'm explaining the concept, I said one point to you clearly that. So this kind of diagrams I have drawn, and for each I have written the time taken to cross, etc., etc. I have explained clearly. At that time itself, I said that I will never use them as a formula. Every time I'll draw the diagram, right? Yes, I'm drawing the diagram. So, and one more point you should memorize is, after practicing some questions, 20 questions, 30 questions, we will get the content in such a way that without having the diagram also we can do this, because all these diagrams will be in your brain. You can draw the diagrams in your brain. Then time will be saved a lot. Then observe a point, my dear persons, I can eliminate all these things. First step. That means if you are a professional or perfect. Second point, no need to convert all these things directly. By seeing 72 kilometers per hour, I can give 20 meters per second. No need to write, sir, because if I write more and more, nobody will give a Nobel Prize to me, right? That's why directly I can give this one. Then what I will do is, so distance traveled is speed into time. Directly, this is my first step. If it is my first step, in the examination, if I write the length of the tunnel is 500 meters and keeping a box, etc., or doing some decorations like this will not fetch any mark for me, right? That will waste my time. That's why at that situation also what you have to do is, after this step, directly, okay, this is 1200, this is 700, move to the RHS, then you will get 500. That means length of the train is 500. Just go to options where it is. Okay, option 4 is the answer. That means I will never write even this one in the examination on the paper, because time is precious in competitive examinations, right? So this is my first step and last step. Directly I'll take it and then I'll go to the next question. Hope you understand. Okay, right, for your convenience I'm explaining all these steps. Okay, right, now let's see the next question. If a 200-meter long train crosses a platform of the same length as that of the train in 20 seconds, then the speed of the train is. Observe the point. I'm trying to do without having the diagram. Okay, there is a train, its length is 200 meters. It is crossing a platform. Okay, when you are crossing a platform will have a length. We should know the length, right? Okay, what he said, same length as that of the train. That means length of the train is 200 meters, right? That means length of the platform is also how much? 200 meters, very small platform. Okay. So a train is crossing a platform means we should travel the distance, that is nothing but length of the train and length of the platform together. That means it is 200, that is 200, that means the distance I have to travel is 400 meters. Okay, keep it up. Good. That means I'm try to I'll avoid the diagrams even. Okay, so the next one. Okay, it is covering it in the span of 20 seconds, right? Okay, no problem. 20 seconds means distance is 400 meters, time is 20 seconds. Then I'll get the speed directly, right? What he is asking? He is asking the speed of the train. Okay, fine. So options are in kilometers per hour, but my answer is in meters per second. That means they should be converted into meters per second. 2 ways you can do. Number one, directly, okay, here itself, if I multiply, this is meters per second, right? Meters per second conversion to kilometers per hour means you should multiply with 18 by 5. Okay, directly do this. Then the problem will be solved much more easily, right? Okay. So, if I multiply like this, directly I'll get the answer in terms of kilometers per hour. Okay. Then observe 5 into 20 means 100. 100 means 2 zeros were cancelled. Okay. Next 18 into 4 is how much? 72. So since I have multiplied directly with 18 by 5, the options is in terms of kilometers per hour, right? So the answer is 72 kilometers per hour. Okay, that means even I don't want to write this one, sir. I'll directly tick here. Now tell me, the problems are too lengthy or too short? The problems are too short. This is the important point that you should notice. Okay, right. For your convenience, what I'm doing now is I'm drawing the diagram and I'm explaining it clearly. Okay, right. Because some people make it confused without having the diagram. Okay, so if you are matured up to that level, no problem. Okay, or else we should go for it, right? That's why I'm explaining it with the diagram. Okay, right. This is the train. Its length is 200 meters. It is passing a platform whose length is also 200 meters. It is also 200 meters. Okay. Now crossing means the train has to come like this. Okay. That means the distance traveled is 200 plus 200, 400 meters. He is asking about the speed. He is asking about the speed. Speed means distance by time. Time he mentioned it as 20 seconds. Okay. So speed is 400 by 20. It is in terms of meters per second. Then it will be how much? 20 months, 20 is right. So 20 meters per second. Okay. Now I am observing the options. Options are in terms of kilometers per hour. That means this should be converted into kilometers per hour, right? Now what I am memorizing is, so I have given one conclusion to you, that is 18 kilometers per hour means 5 meters per second, right? Okay. Now how much is the one we got? 20 meters per second. Come back. I'll show here itself. 20 means 4 times of 5. That means 4 times of 18. So 4 times of 18 is how much? 72. So happily it is 72 kilometers per hour. Okay. Or else multiply with directly 18 by 5. You will get kilometers per hour conversion. So answer is third option. Hope you understand. Okay. Let's see the next question. A train 110 meters in length passes a man walking at the rate of 6 kilometers per hour against it in 6 seconds. The speed of the train is. Beautiful question this is. See, observe, so far we discussed so many questions where there is a tunnel, okay, there is a platform, right, platform, and come here, there is a bridge, okay, and sometimes we have discussed a pole, right, no, this is not. Let's come to the previous question. Yeah, it is a pole, right? So crossing a pole, crossing a platform, crossing a tunnel, crossing a bridge, all these things has one advantage, that is, 2 objects are not in motion. Only one object is moving. Is it correct? So only the train is moving. The platform or the tunnel or the bridge is in rest, right? But now coming to this question, what happens is, he said that a train 110 meters are fine, happy. It is crossing a man who is walking. Man is walking means only one object is moving or 2 objects are in motion. 2 objects are in motion. That is the beauty that we should notice here. Okay. What is the length of the train? 110 meters. Sir, this is my train. Its length is how much? 110 meters. Happy. Okay. It is crossing a man walking at 6 kilometers per hour. So here is the man's assume. He is moving 6 kilometers per hour. So now I am getting a problem. When he is moving, assume the train is moving in this direction. Then whether the man is moving in the direction of the train or against the train. Against the train means opposite to the train, right? What he said. So he is moving with 6 kilometers per hour against it. Against means opposite to the train. That means the man is trying to move in this direction. Okay. What's his speed? 6 kilometers per hour. So this is kilometers per hour, right? Keep it in your brain. And I'm assuming this is S kilometers per hour. Okay. So crossing everything, I want to keep it aside. Just I want to use the relative speed. When 2 objects are in motion, I should use the relative speed, right? Relative speed means I have given some points to you. 2 objects are same direction, subtraction. Opposite direction, addition. And the third point I said is, so if you want to use the relative speed, you should imagine one object at rest, right? So now I am imagining the man at rest. Keep this point in your brain. If I imagine the man at rest, then I should use the relative speed, surely, right? Then relative speed means both should be added. So S plus 6. Sir, here is a problem, sir. This S plus 6 is in terms of kilometers per hour. That means kilometers per hour. But if you observe, Options are kilometers per hour, fine sir. But it is in terms of meters and it is in terms of seconds. That means what happens is we should convert that one into also meters per second, right? Okay. So now this is the speed. This speed is equals to how much distance? That means observe a point, my dear persons. Since I imagine the man is also at rest, the train has to come like this. Is it correct? Because I am using relative speed. Relative speed means the man is at rest. Man is at rest means he is equal to a pole. If he is equal to a pole, then what I can say is simply the train has to cover its length only, right? Its length means how much distance it has to travel? 110 meters. Distance by. So this is the speed. So speed means distance by time. How much time it took? 6 seconds. Okay. So this is meters. This is seconds. But this is kilometers per hour. Then how can I equate these two? No, I should not, right? If I want to equate, this should be converted in terms of kilometers per hour, right? If I want to convert it into meters per second to kilometers per hour, I should multiply with 18 by 5, right? 18 by 5. Now observe 6 1s, 6 3s. Okay. Now S plus 6 is equals to 110 into 3. That is 330 by 5. As I said earlier in Vedic maths, okay, by 5 means double the numerator and remove the 0. Double the numerator means 66 and remove the 0. Okay, 0 was removed. Then 66 is nothing but S plus 6. So S is equal to how much? 60 kilometers per hour. 60 kilometers per hour. So answer is which option? First option is the answer. Okay. Right. This is the important point that we should notice. Okay. Right, now let us see the next question. Alright, see the next question. A train 250 meter long takes 30 seconds to cross a man running at a speed of 6 kilometers per hour. Observe this, my dear persons, in the direction opposite to that of train. Okay, again he is also moving it opposite to the train only. Okay, fine. What is the speed of the train? That means the same question, just numbers were changed, right? Okay. What is the length of the train? 250 meters. This is 250 meters. Okay. So the man is moving, the train is moving in this direction, man is moving in this direction, but I'll imagine the man at rest. If I imagine the man at rest, then the train has to cover the same distance that of its length, right? That means 250 meters it has to cover. Okay. This 250 meters it covered in how much time he said? 30 seconds he said, right? 30 seconds. So this is in terms of meters, this is in terms of seconds. That means it is in terms of meters per second. But he said that the speed is in terms of kilometers per hour. Here also it is in terms of kilometers per hour. That means I am converting the meters per second into kilometers per hour. Okay, to convert like that, I should multiply with 18 by 5, right? I am multiplying with 18 by 5. Now tell me, this is the speed. This is the speed of the train or speed of the man or relative speed. That is the important case, right? This is the relative speed. Okay, and that too both are in opposite direction, right? Opposite direction means both should be added, right? Both should be added means this is speed of the train, S assume, plus speed of the man. What is the man's speed? He said 6 kilometers per hour. So S plus 6. S plus 6. Now let us simplify. Okay, 6 5s and 6 3s. 5 1s, 5 50s. 5 1s, 5 10s. 10 3s are 30. 30 is equal to S plus 6. So S is equal to how much? 24. 24 kilometers per hour is nothing but the speed of the train. That is which option? Fourth option is the answer. Okay, hope you understand. Right, now let's see the next question. A train 350 meters long takes 35 seconds to cross a man running at a speed of 5 kilometers per hour in the direction, this is the important one, same to that of the train. So he is moving in the direction of the train. That is the important case. Okay. Alright. So what I want to do is, sir, this is 350 meters train, sir. Here is a man. So what's the difference between the previous question and this question is, here the man is moving opposite to the train. In this question, man and train both are moving in same direction. Same direction means, sir, relative speed is common, sir, but speed should be subtracted, right? That means relative speed is nothing but speed of the train, S minus speed of the man. Speed of the man is how much? 5. Okay, so S minus 5 is equals to, okay, right. So again, I am keeping the man at rest, right? If I imagine the man at rest, then the train has to cover its own length. Its own length means how much it is? 350 meters. This 350 meters it covered in how much time? 35 seconds. That means 350 is the distance traveled by time is 35 seconds. So distance by time means speed. This is also speed I am equating. But sir, this 350 is in terms of meters and the 35 is in terms of seconds. That means it is in terms of meters per second. But it is in terms of kilometers per hour, right? That's why I just want to multiply with 18 by 5. Okay? Right. Now let us simplify it. 35 ones, 35 times. 5 ones, 5 twos. Okay. Right. S minus 5 is equal to how much he specified? 2 into 18, 36 kilometers per hour. Okay. Then speed of the train is nothing but move the minus 5 that side, it will be plus. 36 plus 5 is how much? 41. So speed of the train is 41 kilometers per hour. Okay. So second option is the answer. Okay, my dear boys and girls. Right, now let us see the next question. Right, a train 110 meter long passes a telegraph pole in 3 seconds. Then the time taken by it to cross a railway platform 165 meters long is. So observe a point, my dear boys and girls. Again, it is crossing a telegraph pole. Pole means immovable. Okay, so no need of relative speed. It is crossing a railway platform. Sir, again railway platform means it's not a movable object. That means again no need to relative speed. Okay. And one more point. Sir, in this case, the point I should notice is when it is crossing a pole, then it has to cover its own distance. When it is crossing a platform, it has to travel the train length as well as platform length. That means in the first case, it has to cover its own length, that is 110 meters. In the second case, not 100, 110. 110 meters. In the second case, it has to travel its own length as well as the length of the platform, that is 110 and 165. Okay, that means it has to travel 275 meters. This is the point. Okay, as we know that speed is constant because he has not mentioned that speed was changed. That means speed is constant. Speed is constant means speed and time distance and time are direct proportion. So here how much time it has taken? Just 3 seconds, sir. Okay. Now what he is asking is time taken for it, right? Time taken means happily this is how much he is asking, right? So since these two are direct proportion, I can cross multiply. Okay, I can cross multiply means 275 into 3 seconds by how much it is? 110, right? And now let us simplify. You will get the answer directly. Okay. So I can give directly 11 tens. Okay, 11 twos and 11 fives, 25s. Okay, 5 fives and 5 twos. So 5 threes are how much? 15 by 2. 15 by 2 means, yeah, it is how many seconds? 7.5 seconds. Okay, 7.5 seconds means what is the option? Fourth option is the answer. Hope you understand. Okay, alright, now let's see the next question. A train 540 meter long is running with a speed of 72 kilometers per hour. In what time will it pass a tunnel of 160 meter long? Okay, so again a basic question. So first it is in terms of seconds, distance is in terms of meters, right? That means the speed should be converted in terms of meters per second. So this is 72 kilometers per hour. We know that 18 kilometers per hour means 5. This is 18 fours. So 5 fours. 5 fours means, so I am writing 72 kilometers per hour is equals to 20 meters per second. Okay, keep it aside. Okay, right now what happens is, sir, a train is crossing a tunnel. A train is crossing a tunnel means it has to travel its own length as well as the tunnel length. Its own length means 540 plus tunnel length means how much? 160. That means total how much it has to travel? 700 meters it has to travel. Is it correct? Distance traveled is 700 meters and speed is 20 meters per second. What he is asking, in what time? He is asking about the time. Time means what we have to do? Distance by speed. What's the distance? 700. By what's the speed? 20. So 0 cancels 2 ones to 35. So how much time is required? 35 seconds. So which option? Third option is the answer. Okay. Let's see the next question. 120 meters long train crosses a tunnel of length 80 meters in 20 seconds. Find the time for train to cross a man standing on a platform of length 130 meters. Sir, a beautiful point you should notice. A beautiful point we should notice. Sir, here what the people will think is 120 meters train crossing a tunnel, etc., etc. 120 meters. Suppose forget about only think about the first statement. Okay. 120 meters long train. Okay, fine. It is crosses a tunnel of length 80 meters. So a train is crossing a tunnel. Train is crossing a tunnel means I should consider the length of train as well as tunnel. That we know. Okay. That means 120 meters this and 80 meters it. Total is how many meters it has to travel? 200 meters. To cover the 200 meters, how much time it requires is 20 seconds. So from this you can calculate the speed, right? Directly it is how much? Directly it is how much? 200 meters in 20 seconds means 200 by 20, 10 meters per second. Of course, as I said earlier, I don't want to calculate it. Okay. Whenever it is required, I will do it. Okay, right. Now come to the next one. Find the time for the train to cross a man standing on a platform of length 130 meters. Where the people will do the mistake is, when they find the platform length of 130, then they will add 120 plus 130, 250 meters. How much? Yes, there you will lose your marks. Very simple. But the point, because is the train crossing the platform or a man on the platform? The train, suppose this is the train, this is the platform. If it has to cross the entire platform, then the case is like this. That means we have to travel length of the train and length of the platform both. But when a train is trying to catch, this is the platform maybe, but the man is here. If the train has to travel cross this man, then no need to think about the platform, because see, a train is crossing a man means the man might be on a platform, might be in another train, might be on the road, might be at a level crossing, etc. Wherever he might be. Suppose if he is on the level crossing, will you consider the total length of the train? That means the distance that the train will move? No way, right? That means we will consider the man is a point object. That means man doesn't have a length. So if you observe a point, find the time for the train to cross a man, not the platform. Crossing a man. Crossing a man means the train has to cover its own length. Its own length. Its own length means no need to think about the platform length. Its own length means how much is the length of the train? 120. That means the train has to cover only 120 meters. But what happens is, more number of people will take it as 250 meters because they'll find the length of their platform, right? Okay, that is the important case that you should notice. Okay, no need to take it as 250 meters because the train is not crossing the entire platform. The train is crossing just a man on the platform. Is it correct? That's why we should take only the length of the train, that is 120 meters. Okay, how much time it requires? So you can cross multiply. Since we can say that both are direct proportion, as I said in the previous problems. This is by 10, right? So this is also by 10. 120 by 10 is how much? 12, right? 12 seconds. How much time is required? 12 seconds. The point you should notice here is a beautiful concept. So it is 120 meters. It is crossing a platform of length 130. Then the total length is 250 meters, right? Suppose if you take it as 250 meters, then what happens is, if you take it as 250 meters, I'm explaining, okay? So by 10 means 25 seconds, right? Let us verify, is it there or not? Yes, it is, sir. That is the first option, sir. Because where there is a chance of confusing you, he will confuse you. And whatever is the outcome that you will get, that is whatever the answer that you will get through confusion, that will be given in the first option. This is psychology of the paper setters. Okay? Right. So don't go for their trash. Okay? Right, now let's enter into the next question. 240 meters long train crosses a tunnel of length 160 meters in 50 seconds. Find the time for which for a train to cross a man standing on a platform of length 260 meters. Just a similar question, right? Now I don't want to write all the things. Directly I am explaining. So 240 meters long trains are crosses a tunnel of length 160 meters. 240, 160. Okay, that means 400 meters it has to travel. To cover this 400 meters, how much time it requires? 50 seconds. Okay, fine. Okay. Find the time for the train to cross a man crossing a man. That is the important point. He might stand on a platform, he might stand on the head of a platform. What is the requirement for me? Alright. So, the train has to cross the man. That's it. Train has to cross the man means it should cover its own distance, that is 240 meters. Okay, keep 240 meters I have to cover now. Okay. So, what he is asking, find the time to cross it. So, the length of the platform might be 260 meters, the length of the platform might be 2600 meters. What is, it is not required for me, right? So, I will consider only 240 meters. How much time? Okay, 400 to 50 means just by 8, right? So, the same, 240 by 8. 240 by 8 means how much it is? 30 seconds. How much it is? 30 seconds. Means which option? Fourth option is the answer. Hope you understand, okay? Let's see the next question. Two trains are running in opposite directions with the same speed. Okay. So observe a point, my dear boys and girls. So far what happens is we have taken a train crossing a tunnel. Tunnel means its length is 0, its speed is 0. That means only one moving object. But coming to here, what I am explaining is two trains are running in opposite directions. Not one train. Two trains are moving. Okay. When two objects are in motion, we should imagine the relative speed. Keep that point in your brain. Okay. Two trains are running in opposite directions with the same speed. So the speed of both the trains are same. Okay, fine. If the length of each train is 135, sir, here the important word is each. Each means both the trains has the same length. So this is my first train. Its length is 135. This is my other train. Its length is 135. Okay, both have the same speed. Okay. And they cross each other. Okay. They are moving in opposite directions. This is also important point. Both have same speed, right? Its speed is S, then its speed is also S I am measuring. Okay, right. So two objects are in motion means I should use the relative speed, sir. When I am using the relative speed, okay, opposite direction means both should be added. Both should be added means S plus S 2S. Okay, so the relative speed I am writing here, sir, 2S. Okay, fine, is equal to. Okay, now options are in terms of kilometers per hour. Keep that point in your brain. So when you have to use the relative speed, you should imagine one object at rest. So now I am imagining this object is at rest. If it is at rest, then I will take it as a tunnel like, because tunnel is also not moving, right? It is also like a tunnel or a platform. Then what happens is the train has to come like this to cross it. Is that correct? Then the distance it has to cover is, this is 135 plus this is 135, 270 meters it has to travel. How many meters? 270 meters. Okay, right, the distance traveled. How much time it required? And they cross each other in how much time? 18 seconds. Okay, the speed of each train is. Okay, very simple, sir. It has traveled 270 meters in how much time? 18 seconds. That means speed means 270 by 18. Is it correct? But the points we should notice here is options are in terms of kilometers per hour, but this is in terms of meters and this is in terms of seconds. I don't like it, sir. Then what I want to do is I want to convert it into kilometers per hour by multiplying with 18 by 5. 18 cancels, 5 ones and 5 54s. Okay, 2 ones and 2 27s. So speed of the train is nothing but 27 kilometers per hour. That means S is nothing but the speed of each train, right? So that means speed of each train is how much? 27 kilometers per hour. So option is which option? Third option is the answer. Okay, right. Now let's see the next question. Two trains, each of length 125 meter, are running in parallel tracks in opposite direction. Same question, opposite directions. Okay. One train is running at 65 and they cross each other in 6 seconds. The speed of the other train is. So same question, sir. What happens here is, here he mentioned both have same speeds and he is asking about it. Now he specified that one train speed is 65 kilometers per hour and he is asking about the speed of the other train. Is it correct? Okay, let us draw the diagram. Okay. This is my first train. Each train has 125 meters, right? So this is my second train. Both are of 125 meters and 125 meters. Fine. Okay. They both are moving in opposite directions. Okay. The first train speed is how much? 65. And the second train speed I am assuming to be S. So two objects are in motion. I should use the relative speed. That too, they are moving in opposite direction. So both should be added. Both should be added means the relative speed is 65 plus S. Is it correct? Okay, relative speed is so yeah. Sir, 65 is in terms of kilometers per hour. That means this should also be in terms of kilometers per hour. And options are also in terms of kilometers per hour. Okay, now next point. when I started using relative speed, I'm imagining one train is at rest, right? So I'm imagining this train is at rest. If it is at rest, then it has to travel up to this, right? So the distance it has to travel is, this is 125, that is 125 total is how much? 250 meters. Distance traveled is 250 meters and it requires how much time? 6 seconds. So this speed, right? Speed means distance by time, right? Distance is just now I said 250 meters, by time is 6 seconds. So it is in meters, it is seconds, meters per second. But it is kilometers per hour. That means this should be converted into kilometers per hour by multiplying with 18 by 5. Then 6 ones and 6 threes. 5 ones, 5 50s. 50 into 3 is how much? 150. So 65 plus S is equal to how much? 150 kilometers per hour. Then speed of the train, if you want, means move the 65 this side, it will be 85. So speed of the train is how much? 85 kilometers per hour. Okay, right. So speed of the other train is how much? 85 kilometers per hour. So the option is which option? Second option is the answer. Okay. Right, now let's see the next question. Two trains start simultaneously from stations P and Q, 500 km apart, and meet after 5 hours. If the difference in their speeds be 20 km per hour, find their speeds. Find their speeds. Very good. So actually this is not a question from trains, but since we have the word train here, so I'm saying that we can work out in trains topic. Okay. Then what happens is two trains start simultaneously from stations P and Q. This is my station P and this is my station Q. I'm drawing the diagram corresponding to it. Okay. The trains are how many kilometers apart? 500 kilometers apart. Okay. Okay. Now they meet after 5 hours. They meet after 5 hours means, so if you want to draw it as a diagram, then the train started from P. That means this, it has emerged like this. And another train started head here. That means it was emerged like this. Okay. Right. They started, what happens? Two trains start simultaneously. Simultaneously is very important because if you want to use the relative speed, it should be simultaneous. They should start simultaneously, right? Okay. Right. So after 5 hours they met, right? Okay. Now what I'm imagining is, so these two met at this point, sir. Okay, this is first train, this is second train. Both met at this point. Is it correct? Okay. Now what I want to do is, if I do like this, then there will be a lot of headaches. That's why I don't want to do like this. Okay. What I will do is simply I'll take it as relative speed. That means I'm keeping the train at rest. If I keep the train at rest, then it is moving with S1 speed. Actually, it is moving with S2 speed, right? Then I'm keeping the train at rest, right? That means this train has to move up to this point. Up to this point means how many kilometers it has to travel? 500 kilometers. 500 kilometers in how many hours it has traveled? 5 hours. That means what is the speed? 100 kilometers per hour. But sir, this 100 kilometers per hour is not the speed of the first train nor the speed of the second train. It is the relative speed because you are imagining the train at rest, right? So relative speed means both are in opposite direction, right? Both should be added. That means I can say that S1 plus S2 is equal to how much? 100 kilometers per hour. Okay, beautiful. Okay, the next point. So another point he specified is, if the difference in the speeds by 20 kilometers per hour. Difference means S1 minus S2, right? Is equal to how much is specified? 20. Okay, so what he is asking, now let us see. Find their speeds, individual speeds we require. You can go with options or just add both. Add both. S1 to S1 cancels. Then how much it will be? 120. 2S1 is equal to 120 means S1 is equal to how much? 60. As we know that S1 plus S2 is equal to 100, S1 is 60, right? That means move the 60 that side, then S2 will be 40. Okay, so the speeds are 60 and 40. 60 and 40 means which option? First option is the answer. Okay, this is the way that we should work out. Okay, and now let us see the next questions. Okay.